Moi mais la vie, moi mais plaisir. Moi mais belle de l'eau, belle pied bois, yo ka fléri. Moi mais la nati, même Jacques Saint-Cob a dégoûté. Moi mais tout ça que j'ai moi ouais, qu'aime pas tourner. Oh, pour te boquer ou pour aimer, qui te l'aimer. Laissez-vous aller, qui te l'aimer, non pas tromper ou chimer. Nous c'est taillé, nous c'est proche, nous c'est proché. Même j'aime aimer, ou qu'à aimer, à nous aimer. Moi dis, Haïti n'a golié. Haïti congolais. Haïti n'a golié. Haïti congolais. Kumbae la coco et olé kumbae. Kumbae la zaboka kasaf kumbae. Kumbae la padu boboi kumbae. Kumbae la coco et olé kumbae.
Li fait puissance, l'aime fait silence, moi mes prudence. Gros bout lyrique, phrase poétique, moi mes musique. Respect, sagesse, humilité, c'est ça que boussole moi. Moi mes tout sacré positif, moi mes joie une vibe moi. Bon Dieu bon cœur pour aimer, quitter le remet. Laissez-vous aller, quitter le remet, pas tromper ou chimer. Nous c'est taillé, nous c'est prochain, nous c'est prochain. Même j'aimerais aimer, ou carrément, à nous aimer. Moi dis, Haïti créole lié. Haïti compliqué. Haïti symbole moins lié. Haïti magie lié. Kumbae la coco et olé kumbae. Kumbae la zaboka kasa kumbae. Kumbae la badu boboi kumbae. Kumbae la coco et olé kumbae. loco te dit ça, grand bois il te dit ça, c'est vrai. Papa loco te dit ça, grand bois il te dit ça, ça la kebe, kebe kill team nous, kebe coup team nous, kebe pays nous, ça ka Haiti nous, kebe fierté nous, kebe principe nous, kebe histoire nous, kebe combi nous.
Papa loco te dit ça, que tu es vivant et mauvais. Retirez d'apo là, qui te mette d'apo pan. Papa loco te dit ça, que tu es vivant et mauvais. Retirez d'apo là, qui te mette d'apo pan. Deka, ça la kebe. Retirez d'apo là, à nous mettre d'apo pan. Papa loco te dit ça, que tu es vivant et mauvais. On y retire d'apo pan, à nous mettre d'apo pan. Deka,
keep our music, keep our roots, keep our country, keep our youth, keep our image, keep our drums, keep our voodoo temples, keep our truth, yeah.
Ganchi même teye la kou, la pli tombe mwen pa mouye. Nan ganchi même teye, tout moun kampe a pli mwen. Nan ganchi même teye, la pli tombe mwen pa mouye. Nan ganchi même teye, tout moun kampe a pli mwen. Nan ganchi même teye la kou, la pli tombe mwen pa mouye. Nan ganchi même teye, tout moun kampe a pli mwen. Nan ganchi même teye, la pli tombe mwen pa mouye. Badisa, c'est bonjour. Badisa,
good evening, bonsoir. Thank you for being here tonight, and welcome to this year's Evening for Haiti. We're so glad that you could join us. This evening is such a big part of the work that we do and a chance to engage with you and share updates on how things are going in Petit Trou. We have a great program for you tonight, including this year's Ted Lewis Award, words from our board of directors, reflections, and updates from our leaders in Petit Trou. We're so excited that you can be here. I'm Wynn. I'm the director of Locally Haiti. And as you probably know, this is the first online Evening for Haiti that we are operating under the name Locally Haiti. We recently, after a lot of discernment and dialogue, changed our name from the Colorado Haiti Project to Locally Haiti. You're going to hear a lot more about that tonight. We're excited to share it with you. But in short, the reason behind that change is just our firm belief and conviction in the importance of having Haitian leaders and Haitian people in the center of their own stories, and really amplifying and lifting Haitian voices. In that spirit, I want to introduce Micheline Francois, who's going to kick us off this evening. Thank you for being here.
Bonsoir tout le monde. Non, moi c'est François Micheline. Moi c'est mon Petit Trou de Nib et spécialement dans Saint-Paul. Moi c'est professeur dans l'école Saint-Paul, mentor dans le club et au KT. Et puis moi c'est un boursier. Et déjà moi dis nous bienvenue dans l'événement ça qui c'est Evening for Haiti. Ça t'a vraiment touché nous-mêmes qui dans Petit Trou de Nib, les nous apprendre que Jean Covid là t'a ravagé nous dans les États-Unis avec dans l'autre pays yo. Mais nous participons aider nous prier une façon pour ça être capable d'améliorer et nous souhaiter ça améliorer. Nous-mêmes dans Petit Trou, nous là n'a essayé kembe. Mais avec affaire kidnapping, injustice, insécurité, si tout n'a pas au prince, bagay yo pas douce même. L'on bien gardé, prix manger vient augmenter. Transport ça difficile net, mais avec c'est pour bon Dieu et nous-mêmes qui l'autre bois, nous toujours voyons ici pour nous pas boire ici dans la communauté Petit Trou, une façon pour nous capable gagner assez pour nous aider les familles nous et des communautés nous tout. L'autre fois encore nous disons bienvenue dans l'événement ça. Pas oublier que nous gagnons des amis dans Petit Trou de Nib. Nous même pas boire ici n'attendons nous. Les pays à bon, les situations normales, nous sommes capables de voyager pour nous rentrer. Nous sommes contents de nous et déjà nous souhaitons nous bienvenue.
As Micheline alluded to there, it's an extraordinarily difficult moment in Haiti right now. And we're about to share a video with you that gives some context and makes some connections and shows how our work fits into the broader picture of what's happening in Haiti. But first, before we do that, I want to share some detail about the 4 main programs that your support is investing in. Our first and foundational program is education, and our first and foundational partner is St. Paul's School. Over the last 31 years, over 5,000 students have been educated at St. Paul's School. From pre-K all the way up to 11th grade, a school that started very simply in a lean-to structure is now a quality source of education for a community of 30,000. In addition to following the state curriculum, St. Paul's has supplemental programs in girls empowerment, agriculture, and entrepreneurship. In addition to St. Paul's, we give higher education scholarships to young adults, to young leaders in Petit Trou, over 25 over the years. That has included studies in agriculture, nursing, accounting, solar technician and maintenance, and more. Over 50 staff are employed at St. Paul's, and to highlight just a few of the key leaders there right now, you'll see Maxo, who is the principal at St. Paul's School, Guilo, who is the administrator on campus, and of course, Father Luke and Madame Riccardi. The next program we want to highlight is community health. Our approach to community health currently is to support the local clinic directly that serves as the main clinical site for a population of 30,000 people. We do that mainly through community health workers. We have 41 community health workers, the majority of which are women, that work full-time, engaged in vaccination and education campaigns, frontline work, first response, and actually working hands-on at the clinic as well. The leaders that you see here, Nurse Dorceley, who you'll learn more about later this evening, Patrick Desir, who is a big part of the coordination of all of our community-based work, health included, and Rosalind, who's one of those community health workers that I mentioned. Next, in agriculture, we have a team of 6 that are leading community-based efforts across the region of Petit Trou. Over 960 families right now are being helped with access to seed, trainings, animal husbandry, fruit tree starts, and consultations with Raphael and his team. That's in addition to an agricultural education program that functions at St. Paul's School, which you'll learn more about later. Here you see Raphael, who I mentioned, who leads all those programs, as well as Jameson and Schneider, 2 locally Haiti-funded scholarship students who went off and studied and are now back in their communities supporting and learning from Raphael. And finally, girls empowerment, which is called Projet GEM in Petit Trou. That is part of a 3-year grant that we're really excited about. There's multiple components to that program. There are girls' clubs that function at St. Paul's School and 4 other schools. And those involve safe spaces for dialogue, mentorship with local mentors, trainings that are practical about the importance of economic independence, entrepreneurship, skills for communication and self-advocacy. In addition to that, there's community activist work that happens engaging with local institutions to challenge some of the gender norms in the area. Those programs are being led by Darlene, who you see here, who coordinates all of the work at St. Paul's, Rika, who is the lead for all activism in the community, and then Arshley is our new accountant for the Projet GEM initiative and is from Petit Trou and recently joined the team. Those programs come together to fit in a strategy that, as I mentioned, is all about putting resources in the hands of local people, and this video is going to tell you more.
In Haiti, access to opportunity can be a matter of life or death. Every year, over 100,000 people leave rural areas for the overcrowded capital or for dangerous routes of emigration. Why? Because while fertile and full of possibilities, Haiti is getting left behind. But what if instead of hunger, there was harvest? Instead of unemployment, there was opportunity? What if instead of being forced to leave, a new path of prosperity emerged from within? We're locally Haiti. And we believe the people best positioned to make a transformational impact in rural Haiti are the women and men who call it home. Make no mistake, rural Haiti lacks resources. What it does not lack are bold leaders committed to seeing their communities thrive. We invest in the talents of these leaders, supporting locally led programs at the grassroots level, leveraging over 30 years of relationships in one region of rural Haiti, Petit Trou de Nip. We believe in a Haiti that is strong from the inside out, a Haiti where food is produced locally and rural communities thrive with access to education, healthcare, and jobs. Where the beauty and bounty of one country is able to flourish through investment in its most important resource, its people.
The beautiful scenes and people that you just saw all come from one special place, our sister community of over 31 years, Petit Trou de Nip. When we met here online Evening for Haiti last year, we didn't know exactly what COVID-19 was going to look like in Petit Trou, but we did know that there wouldn't be financial resources in the community to help with prevention efforts. So we asked you for help. We shared information on an approach that directly supported local institutions with PPE, hand washing stations, locally sewn masks, salary support, and more. And even in the midst of real uncertainty and struggle here, you all responded, and we made a real impact working together to keep families safe in Petit Trou. As time went on, we learned from our local leaders that the biggest COVID-19 related challenge in Petit Trou was actually hunger. Disrupted food systems, transportation issues, rising cost of goods led to a situation where we were told that for many families, even one quality meal a day was a struggle. So we followed the lead of our community leaders, and they designed an innovative pilot program that combined the work of agriculture and health in what Raphael called a mariage, a marriage of the two. At the farm dinner in September, we shared information about that pilot program, which you'll see here with Raphael and Rosalind, and we asked for your support.
Moi, c'est Rosalind Luneis. Moi, c'est aide santé communautaire. Moi content après-midi pour moi participer dans le programme ça, qui c'est un programme qui aide nous avec nutrition surtout dans action qui dit action communauté. C'est un bon choix. Il a aidé nous justement pour nous capables de manger pour la communauté nous, pour nous, pour nous-mêmes tout. Normalement, si nous pas manger, nous pas en santé. Si nous jeunes manger, c'est normal qu'on ait santé, nous avons une santé robuste.
Nous baillons la banane, nous baillons patates, nous baillons pâte souche, nous baillons plan manioc et puis nous baillons les outils tout pour travailler. Donc, nous pensons, nous allons travailler en pile pour programme ça pour des bons résultats.
After the farm dinner, you all responded again. In an effort that started as an initiative focused just on COVID-19, transitioned into a community-driven program that is now not only continuing to respond to COVID-19, but addressing overlapping challenges of nutrition and health in the community. In that YouTube video, you saw Rosalind go to pick up seeds, starts, and other resources to help in her own garden and 20 vulnerable families that lived in her community. If you see here now, Rosalind's garden has made a ton of progress. There's now yucca, 2 types of beans, plantains, other fruit tree starts. It's made an enormous difference. Now, take that and multiply it out among 960 families across the community. This is the kind of community-based, community-driven work that you're supporting and that we're so proud to give you an update on tonight. I lived in Haiti full-time for about 2 years. And I've seen a lot of things that work, and I've seen a lot of things that don't. And I want to tell you what makes the work of Locally Haiti special. I think it comes down to 2 things. Number 1 is it is long-term and relationship-based. To work in Haiti is a really challenging thing, and challenges do come up, and they will come up. What gets you through those challenging moments is relationship, a real knowledge and deep connection to the people who are being affected, and more importantly, the people that are leading these programs. I can't speak to that enough. It's so important to have all of this work founded in relationship. Number 2 is the fact that it fits into a larger strategy for the country. And the strategy for the country is this. Currently, as we mentioned, Port-au-Prince is in a really unstable and unsafe place. To invest in the rural part of the country gives a path forward to make sure that people don't have to emigrate in dangerous ways, don't have to rush to Port-au-Prince to look for life. They can thrive and they can work and they can raise their families in beautiful communities with so much potential that are just like Petit Trou. Regardless of what your vision of the proper size of government is, I think we've all learned throughout the pandemic the real value and importance of direct investment during a crisis. We've all seen it here. There is no stimulus checks, there's no unemployment insurance coming for folks in Haiti. In fact, the economic situation in Haiti is getting worse on the whole. But our long-term relationships and our close connection to these local leaders allow us to invest and put resources in the hands of the folks that can really do what needs to be done in these communities, our local leaders. If you're in the position to be able to help tonight, if you can support this initiative, please do it now. In the next 30 minutes, we're really lucky and we're grateful to announce that we have a match of $30,000. If we can raise $30,000 in 30 minutes, that's $60,000 in 30 minutes if we can get to the level. That money will go directly to the hands of these local leaders that are making a transformational impact in their communities. Please donate now if you can.
Méchant yo monté, yon paquet vomi pour barrer, ouais. Malgré ça, m'tap jambé, yo ralem, mwen tombe, ayo, aye. M'bable reta tel un tom pou yo pa fè sa yo vle, non, non. ça pas comprendre, dis-moi c'est arrêter moi.
Hi, I'm April, and I'm a member of the Locally Haiti team. Wynn just shared with you about the match that some of our donors had offered, and I'd like to talk to you about another fun opportunity we have tonight. If you make a gift in the next hour in any amount, then you will be entered into a drawing to win a $250 Amazon gift card and some Apple earbuds. So call, text, head over to our website and we will get your name entered into that drawing. I'd also like to make sure that everybody's had the chance to check out the auction. That's localyhaiti.org/auction. We have some really fun items there tonight, some big things, some small things. One of my favorites is 7-night stay in Mexico. That is of the destination city of your choosing. It includes a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo, sleeps up to 8 people. It also includes airfare and a $200 gift card. If you're looking for a getaway that's a little bit closer to home, you can look at the TWP winery item. That includes a 2-night stay at the TWP Inn. You get the entire inn. It's situated right on a lake, overlooks Mount Garfield, and it is just lovely. It also includes a wine tasting, dinner, s'mores, breakfast. It's a really great package. And finally, I would just like to mention the Haitian dinner for 8. This is prepared by Chef Nate Weir, who is the head chef at Modern Market. He also happened to have grown up in Haiti. So this is always a community favorite, and so don't forget to check that out. Let's see, once more, that is localyhaiti.org/auction, so get your bids in. And now we'd like to share a video with you with some updates about our Girls Empowerment Program and a new initiative that they have undertaken called Photo Convite.
Locally Haiti supports a growing girls' empowerment initiative in Petit Trou. This in partnership with an expert Haitian organization called Repenser Pouvoir, which means Rethink Power. The GEM program, or Projet GEM, currently functions in 5 schools and reaches over 200 girls, creating a safe space for dialogues, sharing practical skills, trainings for self-advocacy, and helping girls access the tools they need to stay in school and become leaders in their communities. In addition, Projet GEM activists plan community events, give presentations at local schools and churches, and engage with a variety of institutions about the rights of girls and young women. Recently, Projet GEM partnered with another impressive Haitian organization, Photo Convite. Photo Convite is a nonprofit organization created to engage, educate, and support Haitians in the telling of their own stories through photography, and we thought, what a perfect fit for our GEM girls. Fallon, one of the leaders of Photo Convite, visited with our girls' clubs for 5 days and provided training and information about photography. 4 young women were selected to take part in a more in-depth training where they took photos of their own communities and shared stories about why their images were meaningful. The images you see here are a sampling of photos that these talented young artists took themselves. They will also have a public exhibition at their school after the next round of training. Locally Haiti believes that Haitian voices, Haitian talents, and Haitian ideas belong in the center of their own narratives. We look forward to partnering with Photo Convite in the future, with the goal of continuing to create space and resources for our leaders to tell their stories, using their own words, talents, and creativity.
Hi, my name is Erica Arnold. I'm board chair and have been so since January of 2020. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. This is such an important event so we can continue to support our partners in rural Haiti. Thank you for your time and your support. Tonight you're going to hear about our programs, you're going to hear more about our leaders in Petit Trou, and you're going to hear about ways to get involved in Haiti in the coming year. You're also going to learn a little bit about the things that guide us, our mission, vision, and values, and our name change, which has been really exciting this year. Board members will be introducing these mission, vision, and values, and I'd like to introduce Jenny Florent, who is a board member of Locally Haiti. She's going to play a special part in this introduction of mission, vision, and values. So again, thank you and enjoy your evening.
Hi, my name is Guirlene Dorceley and I am originally from Haiti. I've been living here in Colorado for 5 years now, and I am studying environmental science at MSU Denver. I've been with the board of directors for Locally Haiti for 2 years now, and today I'm going to be translating the mission, vision, and values so that our partners from Haiti can also understand. And hopefully it would be interesting for you to see them in Creole also.
As Erica and Jenny just shared, tonight you'll be learning more about our mission, vision, and values in both English and in Creole. Before this next video, Jana and Jamie, two longtime board members of Locally Haiti, are going to share our mission and vision with help from Jenny. And then Simon, a new board member for Locally Haiti, is going to be sharing our first of the 6 values. After that, you'll learn more about our agricultural education program at St. Paul's.
Hi, I'm Janice Leisner, the treasurer of the board for Locally Haiti, and I've been involved since 2007. One of the reasons I've always believed so deeply in our work is that Haitian leadership and vision is so fundamental to what we do and how we engage. Our organizational mission is this: Locally Haiti advocates for and invests in locally led initiatives to support the vision of our partner communities in rural Haiti.
Mission. Locally Haiti encourager et puis investi dans initiative locale, dans objectif pour supporter vision partenaire nou yo dans diverses communautés rurales en Haïti.
I'm Jamie Kilcoyne. I've been on the board for 3 years. I've been to Petit Trou and can't wait to get back. There's so much opportunity there. Our vision is a Haiti where rural communities have the opportunity to thrive.
Vision. Yon Haïti côté communauté rurale yo gen opportunité ak moyen pour yo bourgeonner.
Hi, my name is Simon Caddick and I am excited to have just joined the board of Locally Haiti. I've been to Haiti a couple of times and seen the fantastic work that's been done and is ongoing in Petit Trou. One of the core values of Locally Haiti is integration, and integration means we strive for synergy between our partners and programs. In practice, that means that, well, hungry kids don't learn, nor do sick ones. Better health and education, along with agricultural programs improving food security, mean a stronger local economy. And girls and young women are empowered in a society that respects their education and contribution. It's all part of the same picture.
Intégration. Na fait effort pour gagner bon jan collaboration tout partenaire nou yo ak tout programme nou yo.
Over half the families in our partner community, Petit Trou de Nip, list farming and agriculture as their primary occupation. Most of these families are subsistence farming, meaning the majority of what they produce is used to support the nutritional needs of the household. These family farmers also reported desire to produce a surplus that could then be sold to fund the many other pressing needs in the household. In response to this community need, the leaders at St. Paul's School, with Locally Haiti's support and collaboration, have made agricultural education a priority. The St. Paul's Agricultural Education Program, which began in 2015, is currently managed by Rafael Fernandez Salvador, a Haitian agronomist and community organizer who studied agriculture and animal husbandry at the leading university in Haiti. In addition, Jameson and Schneider, former St. Paul students who earned Locally Haiti-funded higher education scholarships, have just graduated and returned to Petit Trou and are now supporting and learning from Rafael. In the classroom, the agricultural program teaches key concepts in botany, horticulture, conservation, and environmental stewardship. It also lays out the economic and nutritional potential of agriculture, focusing on local markets and concepts of supply, demand, and the value chain. In addition, every Saturday there is a garden and farming club, where students practice what they've learned in the classroom and experiment with hands-on projects like composting, irrigation, and animal health. Raphael also visits each student's home, helping increase outputs in the family garden, producing nutrition and also illuminating the practical value of education, which helps to keep students, particularly girls, in school. Now, with your support, and thanks to a dedicated grant from Rotary International, we are expanding the Farm and Agricultural Education Center as part of an overarching campus development plan. This spring, the main production garden is moving further back on campus, where it will profit from irrigation fed from a new well recently drilled for this purpose. The irrigation system is solar powered thanks to a new microgrid on campus. As the dry season gets longer, water has been the main challenge to production on campus. With this new system, the St. Paul School Farm will produce year-round and triple outputs. In addition, construction on a new wall is complete. This will keep neighboring animals from grazing and destroying crops, which has been an enormous challenge in allowing young fruit tree orchards to thrive. This program is not only a great example of the way we integrate our programs across focus areas, creating impacts in education, agriculture, health, and girls' empowerment, it is also an example of how all of Locally Haiti's work seeks to invest in local leaders and local programs in a way that is sustainable and responsive to local needs. Thank you for supporting this program, which invests in local talents and local resources to pave the way for the next generation of leaders in Petit Trou.
Hi there. We've had a lot of really generous gifts coming in, but we haven't quite hit our match just yet. We have a little bit more time. So thank you to all that have donated. It is very much appreciated. And just a reminder to check out the auction at locallyhaiti.org/auction. We have some great art, some gift cards to restaurants. We even have some shirts with the new Locally Haiti logo included. And speaking of that logo, we'd like to share a video with you next, the story of how the logo was created by the folks who partnered with us to do that, a Haitian firm.
Hello, I am Fabien Dodard. I am from Haiti. I'm the creative director and co-founder of Parkour Studio. We are a small advertising and design studio based in Pétionville, Haiti. We're a team of 6 and work for both Haiti and US-based clients. Before starting Parkour, I used to live and work in Boulder, Colorado, and that's how I got introduced to Locally Haiti, which at the time was named the Colorado Haiti Project. And 5 years later, I get a call from April about CHP wanting to do a rebrand. She asked if we were interested about designing a logo for the newly renamed organization, and we said yes. And we went straight to work.
Not only are we excited about the new name, but it meant a lot to us as a Haitian design agency to be able to work on a project like this. Given that most of our clients are corporate or commercial, it just felt good to be able to work with an organization that does such good work in our country.
Designing this logo, it took inspiration from Haitian crafts, hand-painted typography, and the countryside itself. After sharing several logo options, going through a few rounds of presentations and having conversations with the board members, we landed on a logo that reflects the values of the organization and feels authentic to Haiti. The logo features an organically growing plant that connects seamlessly with its surrounding circle, giving the sense of growth and community. Typographically, we wanted something that felt strong and handmade, but also very legible. And behind the whole logo, we have a sun, which symbolizes hope, progress, and renewable energy. It also serves as a nod to the fact that St. Paul School runs on a solar microgrid. When it comes to colors, we looked for colors that could well represent agriculture, education, nature, and that would contrast well with one another. We're quite happy with the results, and we hope that this identity will help support Locally Haiti's mission in a positive way. Thanks again for partnering with us on this project. We're truly grateful and can't wait to see how you will evolve from this point forward.
Hi, I'm Scott Richards on the board of Locally Haiti. I want to tell you about something we're doing this fall. In lieu of our normal farm dinner, which is a larger event, we're going to have a series of small events all around Colorado. Denver, Boulder, Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, Evergreen. We haven't finalized all of the dates yet. And really the purpose of these small events is because we want to reconnect with everybody in person. How great will that be? We're kicking off these events. It's going to be, the first one's going to be August 14th in Louisville. It's going to be a picnic and a screening of the following film. If you want to join with us to brainstorm about these events, please do.
Gon côté, mesdames yo habité, bo pied bois, qui fait même son avec musique.
Moi, il est Claude d'Achille. Moi, son madame Sarah qui vend des légumes sur le question.
Au côté mesdames yo tourné, ouais petit yo, dans forme papillon.
Moi, faire 5 petites, moi, élever 5 petits mounio dans le commerce légumes.
Non, madame Sarah, c'est un monde qui est spécialisé dans le commerce, c'est-à-dire son pilier fondamental de l'économie haïtienne.
Si nous-mêmes dans le monde, nous pas porter manger pour mon Port-au-Prince, nous pas qu'à manger légumes.
Maman Pam, il était brave, t'as cousé étoile dans le matin.
Est-ce que vous considérez que comme résultat produit travail?
Oh, absolument. Like 1000%. 1000%.
Pendant que j'étais dans le boucle là, je essayé de dire ça. Mais moi, pas de cas roulé sous la langue. Gon côté yo enterré mesdames yo dans couleur rouge.
On va sauver. Non, papa!
C'est retenir 4 mètres, marcher après un fait. Nous ne pouvons pas côté différent, même béton pour un fait.
Les femmes haïtiennes, ce sont des gens extraordinaires. Marcia c'est le monde de chapeau.
Mais Sarah, c'est un bon bagaille. Parce que Sarah, c'est lui qui élève tout petit monde, voyager l'autre côté.
Oui, fier parce que son mari Sarah m'a travaillé à tête. Il pas travaillé.
As you'll see in a moment, adaptability is also a core value of Locally Haiti. We want to stay open and willing to find partners and folks that can help us meet our mission and connect with community leaders in Petit Trou. The next video that we're going to share is of an inspirational Haitian conservationist named Jean Wiener. Jean has done extraordinary work in conservation, environment, specific focus on the mangroves in Haiti. And he's currently serving as a volunteer advisor to some of our work in Petit Trou. Multiple fishing groups have reached out to Raphael and other leaders on the ground to see if there might be a way that we could build a bridge to find some support to work in this area. The truth is we don't know yet, but we want to stay adaptable. We want to see if we can build a bridge to support these local leaders. And Jean is a great example of that.
Hi, I'm Dan Mellish, one of the newer board members at Locally Haiti. As a parishioner at St. John's Episcopal in Boulder, I've known about our work in Petit Trou for years, I'm thrilled to join the team, and I can't wait to visit Haiti as soon as possible. The next organizational value we want to highlight is adaptability. We believe it's so important that while we will always be committed to our partners at St. Paul's, and while we remain committed to this amazing community, we remain flexible and responsive in our approach, following local needs and local opportunities for impact. For this reason, we highlight adaptability. We share our commitment to reflecting, adjusting, and improving.
Adaptability. Nous prenons engagement pour nous toujours continuer à réfléchir et améliorer dans toute activité nous.
Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, has been plagued by tragic natural disasters, rampant hunger, diseases, and pollution. Jean Wiener knows that these problems can be confronted by empowering the communities to protect their homeland's coastal resources, especially the drastically depleted forests and marine life.
The fisheries sector in Haiti has been in trouble for several decades now. Overfishing, using inappropriate methods, not respecting fishing seasons. It's quite disturbing seeing the size of the fish that they're catching now. And they know that what they're doing is not good for the environment, it's not good for them, it's not good for the sustainability of the fisheries, but they have no other choice.
Fisheries habitat in the mangrove forests and coral reefs were also degraded.
The charcoal issue in Haiti is probably our biggest environmental issue. But this is Haiti's mangroves now, which are being cut down and turned into charcoal. The mangroves play a critical role as fish nurseries for protecting the coastline against storm surges and for protecting the coral reefs.
More than 20 years ago, Wiener and his organization, the Foundation for the Protection of Marine Biodiversity, set out to establish Haiti's first marine protected area to safeguard the mangroves, the coral reefs, and the fisheries. Faced with persistent political instability in Haiti, Wiener focused on creating solutions to restore a healthier, more sustainable marine ecosystem. The group planted more than 1 million trees. Their education program emphasizes the critical need to protect the plants from being cut down for charcoal.
This is part of our educational activities with the local community to make sure that they feel a sense of pride, that they planted these trees, and that they will hopefully defend them from people who might want to cut them down.
Wiener also launched efforts to restore degraded coral reefs, another key habitat for fish.
We're trying to grow some of these corals, which are important for fisheries, just to give Mother Nature a helping hand. It's grown to 5 times of what it was when we started in about a year. So it's critically important to help manage these resources.
In 2013, after 20 years of research, outreach, and lobbying by Wiener and the community stakeholders, the Haitian government finally declared Caracol Bay and Port Salut as Haiti's first 2 marine protected areas, securing formal protection for the mangroves, the coral reefs, and the fisheries.
When I brought my children out here, they just felt a tremendous sense of pride in knowing that their father had helped establish this protected area for Haiti. But more importantly, I think at their age, they just thought it was something really cool, someplace where they'll be able to maybe even take on the work after I'm gone. I think we're looking at something great for our future here.
For outstanding environmental achievement for islands and island nations, the 2015 Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded to Jean Wiener, Cap-Haitian, Haiti.
We are so close to the $30,000 match. So that would be $30,000 match to equal $60,000 in donations. Keep them coming. Also, I'm going to announce now, we have 15 more minutes for the door prize. So you reach out to us, any donation, email, phone call, text, reach out to us and you're registered for the earbuds and the $250 Amazon gift card. Also, I want to make a plug for those series that we're going to have in the fall. Please reach out to us for any brainstorming ideas you have or to collaborate with us. That would be great. Thanks.
It is now my honor to transition us to the segment of the evening where we will present this year's Ted Lewis Award to 4 inspiring recipients: Susan Hatch, Marcia Walsh, Guirlene Dorceley, and Precilise Myrtil. The videos that follow, you will see Bishop Kim Lucas, the bishop here of the Episcopal Church in Colorado, Sally Hybl, longtime friend and supporter of Locally Haiti and the daughter of Dr. Ted Lewis, and also Linda Davidson, the vice president of our board of directors. This is always a really special part of the evening, so thank you so much for being here, and again, congratulations to those recipients. You will see before Bishop Kim shares a blessing and reflection, Paul Check, a longtime board member, will share the next value, which is service, which is incredibly fitting for this award.
Hi, I'm Paul, and I've been on the board since 2015. The next organizational value we are going to highlight is service. We uphold a long-term dedication to our Haitian partners and our supporters.
Service. Même si quelques bagages ka changé, mais nous kembe yon dévouement à long terme avec partenaires haïtiens nou yo, ak supporter nou yo.
Good evening and welcome to all of you as we celebrate this evening for Haiti. I'm so glad to be here with you in this virtual way, and it is my prayer that next year we will be able to gather together and break bread. As you know, it has been a hard year for all of us, and it has been especially hard for Haiti. I want you to know how important and how meaningful it is for us to continue to find ways, wherever possible, to stand with our partners like Locally Haiti and St. Paul's School in Petit Trou. Thank you to all of you for continuing to stand with our siblings in Haiti in this difficult time, because we are all blessed by this relationship. Right now, I'm going to share a blessing for this virtual meal. Let us pray. Gracious God, we give you thanks for all of the blessings of this life. We give you thanks for pouring out into us the spirit of your generosity and love, that we might share from our gifts with those who need us. We give thanks for the relationships that we have built in Haiti, and we pray that you continue to bless them. Bless our virtual gathering, bless the food that we consume. Keep us always mindful of those in need, that we may love them as you have loved us. Amen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Sally Hybl. It's very special to have Sally with us. Sally is the daughter of Dr. Ted Lewis of blessed memory, who was such a big part of Locally Haiti's work for so many years. As many of you know, every year we share an award with deserving recipients who exemplify Ted's spirit and devotion and service and his commitment to this work. Thank you all again for your generous support. And now I hand it over to Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally Hybl, and I'm so happy to be with you this evening to celebrate and honor and recognize 4 incredible nurses who are continuing the legacy of my dad, Dr. Ted Lewis. For those of you who didn't know my dad, he was an amazing physician who dedicated his life to serving others with compassion, integrity, excellence, and love here in Colorado and in Petit Trou, Haiti. My dad was one of the first rheumatologists in Colorado Springs and later served for many years as the director of medical education at Penrose Hospital. But those who knew him would tell you that there was no place he was happier than when he was working alongside his dear friends, Father Dale Casey, Father Ed Morgan, and Father Octave in Petit Trou, Haiti, serving alongside an amazing team of volunteers and nurses to give medical care to patients who would come from miles around, who would stand in line for hours to be treated for everything from burn injuries and accident injuries, broken bones, to major illnesses and sicknesses. My dad would be so happy to know that his work continues through the amazing efforts of nurses like those we are honoring this evening. Today, we are so happy to be presenting the Ted T. Lewis Award to Nurse Dorceley, Nurse Myrtil, Nurse Marcia Walsh, and Nurse Susan Hatch, who now are continuing the work that my dad started so many years ago. He would be so proud to know that this work continues, and he would be expressing his deepest gratitude and thanks to all of you for the countless hours and for serving people with continued passion, compassion, integrity, excellence, and love. Thank you so much for letting me be a small part of this evening's celebration. It is truly my honor to acknowledge the work of these incredible nurses. Thank you all so much, and God bless.
Good evening, friends. My name is Linda Davidson. As Vice President of Locally Haiti Board of Directors, it is my honor to congratulate this year's Ted Lewis Award winners. Nurse Myrtil, Nurse Dorceley, Nurse Marcia Walsh, and Nurse Susan Hatch have devoted countless time, energy, and love to the community of Petit Trou over 31 years of our partnership. I confess extra enthusiasm that this year's recipients are from the field of nursing. As a certified nurse midwife, I know that the essence of the profession of nursing is the art and science of human caring. Those of us who are fortunate enough to travel to Petit Trou as part of a team led by Ted Lewis were cheered, inspired, mentored, and taught human caring. His legacy is the foundation of the locally led daily devotion between our communities. Nurse Myrtil shares and cares for the health of the students at St. Paul's School. The students' ability to learn, grow, and thrive is due in a large part to her presence, her clinical excellence and knowledge, and long-term commitment. When I've spent time at St. Paul's School, I'm inspired by the relationship Nurse Myrtil has with the students as individuals. The bustle of youthful energy and laughter is contagious and comes from a foundation of health. Nurse Dorceley shoulders responsibility for a large and scattered geographical team with grace and a smile. As she coordinates and teaches local health workers, plans for the health of the community of Petit Trou, establishes local initiatives for health, and networks with Locally Haiti, she impacts the well-being of the citizens of Petit Trou deeply. Nurse practitioner Susan Hatch has taken every opportunity to bring health and healing to Petit Trou since the early days of Locally Haiti's partnership. She and Ted Lewis were team leaders who worked tirelessly in the clinic and here in Colorado, always generously sharing knowledge and mentoring others. I'm grateful for the adventures that I had as my life was changed in their presence. Susan offered a gift of inspiring and encouraging young people who were part of the healthcare team including our son Kyle. My personal thanks here. Nurse Marcia Walsh has continually gone the extra mile out of love for Petit Trou, St. Paul's Parish and School, and her vision of excellence. We traveled to Petit Trou together before she felt the call to a career in nursing. Human caring through nursing shines in her years with Locally Haiti. She is a natural leader and strong advocate from the foundation of her faith. I know the same to be true of Susan, Nurse Dorceley, and Nurse Myrtil. It's exciting for me personally to share locally inspired progress in Petit Trou from my first venture there with a team in 1989, led by Father Morgan, Father Casey, and Father Octave. Hearts open in Colorado and in Haiti as human caring flows in all directions. Cheers and thanks to each of you who have joined us for Evening for Haiti, and congratulations to our nurses for this well-deserved Ted Lewis Award.
Moi, c'est Dorceley Guirlene. Moi, travaille dans le centre de santé Petit Trou de NIP comme coordonnatrice activité communautaire, santé communautaire. Et moi, j'ai environ 11 ans. Depuis moi, dans le centre, je travaille avec agents de santé, des conseils avec l'autre ministre, docteur. Nous tous nous mettons ensemble pour nous faire travailler là-dedans.
Non, pas moi, c'est Miss Myrtil Precilise. Moi, je travaille dans l'institution Saint-Paul, ça fait 10 ans. Moi, je suis fier et content en même temps. Là où je m'intéresse à voir la nouvelle là par l'administrateur, je dis que M. Winty tient à ce que pour l'État ait une plaque d'honneur pour le travail que nous faisons dans la communauté. Je me sens très ému parce que, comme c'est pour la première fois pendant que j'ai 10 ans, on bagage comme ça fait, moi je pense avec nous. OK? Moi je pense avec nous, je ne pas oublier nous. Alors je recevoir des messages là à cœur.
My name is Susan Hatch. I'm a cradle Episcopalian. I got involved with the Colorado Haiti Project in 1991 and have made many trips. I'm a registered nurse and a family nurse practitioner.
I'm Marcia Walsh, and I was married 44 years to a great guy who also allowed me the privilege of doing and being independent to some extent. We had 6 children. I now have 5 because I just lost one son in last May. And I have 13 grandchildren and 13 great-grandchildren. So I'm kind of loaded in that department. And they're all wonderful. And so that's been, and I've been so involved in nonprofits, I think, all my life. And so this was one that was very near and dear to me because I have been there so many years and so many times.
Il arrive dans le niveau qu'on a, c'est à l'aide de nous-mêmes parce que nous travaillons des concerts ensemble avec nous pour nous capables utile les gens qui sont dans la communauté parce qu'il y a un peu de monde dans la communauté à bénéficier des services que Colorado bail.
Ted was my boss when I went to Haiti, and we talked many, many times about how going to Haiti changed our lives. I'm honored to receive the Ted Lewis Award. He was my best friend when I went to Haiti. We worked together for many, many years, and I miss him still to this day.
Episcopal Church in Lakewood is where we attended for so long. I heard Ed Morgan, who was a curate at that time, came and had just been to Haiti. And he was telling us the story, and the tears were rolling down his face. And I went home and told my husband, I've got to go. And that was 32 years ago, something like that. And so I was there for about 23 years in doing many things. Ted Lewis was a special doctor. He had a true love. And I remember, as I would help to support him when we would see patients, and we saw things that we don't see in this country, medically, that is. And so it was quite an honor just to know Ted Lewis by himself.
Thank you so very, very much. I'm honored, and and to all my friends who have supported me going, I'm going to thank them too.
Thank you. It's been it is an honor just to be thought of in the same realm of those that have passed before me.
Bon, je senti ça vraiment te fait bien, côté m'te même fait une différence, m'te dit que bon avec l'état que nous sommes dit que nous ensemble avec eux, me senti dans cadre ça que encadré parce que yo comprendre que les on travail pour yo féliciter eux pour le travail qu'ils a fait, ça capable permettre que vous gain plus encouragement pour capable faire un travail qui est bien toujours, parce que c'est pas une grande chose que on monde capable de faire pour motiver, mais c'est montrer que le travail va faire ça une importance.
Même commencer par féliciter eux pour reconnaissance avec nous, pour dévouement autour, nous remercions et nous féliciter eux, nous disons n'a dit aucun bien la balagé.
Hi there. We are so close to meeting our match. Thank you all who have given already. In about 10 minutes, we're going to close the match, and we will also be announcing the winners of the door prizes. Now we're going to hear from some of our founding members, board members past and present, and really key community members about their thoughts on the rebrand and name change.
Hi, I'm Erin Ulrich, and I've been on the board for almost 8 years now. I've spent a lot of time in Haiti. I first went there in 2004 with the Colorado Haiti Project, and then spent nearly a decade working there with a number of different organizations. One of the things that I think is so special about our work is that we are truly committed to listening and learning from others, specifically Haitian people who know their communities best. For that reason, one of our values as an organization is humility. To me, this means that we embrace the wisdom found by listening to others and recognizing our own limitations.
Humilité. Nous valoriser dialogue, écouter l'autre monde et puis reconnaître nous pas qu'à faire toute bagaille.
My name is Father Ed Morgan, and Father Octave LaFontant and Dale Casey and I were the 3 founding priests of the Colorado Haiti Project. And it is my understanding that the Colorado Haiti Project will be renamed locally Haiti. When our work began in Haiti more than 30 years ago, it really was a project per se. The goal of that project was to enhance the well-being of the lives of those folks in Petit Trou, spiritually, physically, and economically. In some ways, the project has been complete and it has evolved, and it is more than appropriate that the name be changed, because it is no longer a project, but a partnership with the community of St. Paul's Church and School and the citizens of Petit Trou. The goals may remain the same, but the means to the end have changed significantly. It is no longer a dependent relationship between the Americans and the Haitians, but an interdependent relationship where all have a voice about a common life in Petit Trou.
Hi, I'm Erica Arnold. I'm current board president for the Colorado Haiti Project, and I have been board president since January of 2020. The name Locally Haiti just makes so much sense because we support our local leaders in Haiti and in Petit Trou and local initiatives. It's not something that's coming from the top down. It's really led by the people in Haiti, which is so important.
Well, I think names are important because they reflect our core identity, and they keep us connected to who we are and what we need to be about ourselves and with one another. And so regularly revisiting the names that we give to our work becomes incredibly important to keeping us engaged and on track with the work we're called to do.
The name Locally Haiti makes total sense as the next iteration for the Colorado Haiti Project. The goal of the Colorado Haiti Project during all of its existence has been to encourage leadership at the local level.
Locally Haiti is an awesome name. I think it reflects who we are.
It's about supporting their power to shape and strengthen their futures. I feel the name Locally Haiti is a great fit for us because it conveys our core strategy of investing in local leaders.
You know, back when I was serving on the board, I had the good fortune to make a journey to Petit Trou. And I remember being in the little hostel in Port-au-Prince before we made the journey out to Petit Trou. And we were talking with some other folks who served in various ministries across the country. And one of the things that really struck me that evening as we sat in chairs and talked into the night was that there's something unique and special about the work that the Colorado Haiti Project has been doing. And specifically, what I noticed is that there is such an emphasis on working to support local leaders, working to really grow the local economy, whether it's in microfinance, whether it's in women's empowerment, whether it's in agriculture. Every initiative that I'm aware of through the Colorado Haiti Project has been locally grown and supported. And there's been an emphasis on that and a desire to make that a replicable model. So from that point of view, I think that the name is really spot on.
Since 2008, it's become obvious, you know, in every way we work, that we really wanted to be locally led. And that's what we want to support.
I really like the name Locally Haiti. And one of the things that I like about it is the paradox in the name itself. Haiti is, in my mind, a place that's thousands of miles away from where I am. And then that is set over and against this word local, which is about proximity and connection and immediacy. And to me, it's a wonderful reminder of our interconnection and our interdependence.
That the time was right to make a change in the name, the Colorado Haiti Project, for a couple of reasons. Probably first and foremost, in our present time and in reality, this past year has really made us more aware than ever before of the relationship between white colonialism and the Black perspective on that. And that the name Colorado Haiti Project has some, at least for me, implies some sort of colonialism. Haiti's not our project. We work locally with Haitians. We listen to local Haitians about what their dreams and visions are about, not what our dreams and visions are for them. And I think a change in name to reflect that fact is important at this point.
I was thinking about this word local and locally, and realized that what I like about it is it's so highly relational. And it just strikes me that we all need to be reminded that the real transformation of this world, the real transformation of our hearts, our minds, our consciousness is found by engaging relationship. It's by interpersonal connection and relationship more than any concept or project or undertaking.
That kind of people-to-people activity is exactly what the Colorado Haiti Project is all about. And to call it Locally Haiti makes absolute sense.
Because of this emphasis on really everything that we do being locally grown and locally nourished, I guess I would say. I love the name Locally Haiti. I just think it expresses the essence of what the Colorado Haiti Project has been about since the beginning.
We're really excited for the name change from Colorado Haiti Project to Locally Haiti because we feel like it really embraces and explains what we're doing now as an organization.
As I've been thinking about it, the name Locally Haiti is so full of possibility. And honestly, it's really exciting. It doesn't say we're doing this, we're doing that. It kind of speaks to the fact that we really want to focus on locally led initiatives. And that is important.
I believe that it's the local focus and the deep relationships that forge through it that sets us apart and makes our mission successful. So here's to this exciting launch of our new name, Locally Haiti.
Hi, I'm Scott Richards. I'm on the board of Locally Haiti, formerly Colorado Haiti Project. And one of our other core values reads gratitude. We are grateful for the chance to learn and engage in Haiti.
Gratitude. Nous reconnaître chance nous gagner pour apprendre et puis engager en Haïti.
For me and the board, and for sure all the staff at Locally Haiti, we all feel incredibly grateful to be part of this engagement, this work, and this partnership.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Koneman. I am the sponsor of the Summit County High School French Honor Society. And our French Honor Society has been doing fundraisers to support Locally Haiti for several years now. But because this year we weren't able to do our usual activities, when Locally Haiti reached out to us with their Haiti curriculum, members agreed that this would be a great way to keep them involved and engaged. Because Haiti's been underrepresented in their studies, students weren't familiar with its complex history or the United States involvement in Haiti, so learning this history was a very enlightening experience for them.
I think it's very important for people here to learn about Haitian history, because you have like a broader idea of what's happening in not only your country but the world. And especially here, a lot of people like here think I am from Africa, and they even think that Haiti is from Africa. So I think it's very important for people to know that, to learn and know.
We started with the idea that there's not a single story for Haiti's history. That was the premise around the whole class was built.
It is more than one story for each nation and for each person, even more than that for each culture. There's like personal stories within that culture that are really important to see.
To really understand a history, you really have to see what was happening from the different perspectives. One perspective might be all that is put into a history book or the actual facts, but that does not tell the history of that moment. It is not one story, because once you put into one story, you are getting one viewpoint. And that is not what makes up the history. So that has been, to me, momentous in this class,
I think for me the most impactful part of the sessions was really just having a safe space with knowledgeable guidance for how to talk about these maybe less touched upon things that we wouldn't normally get to talk about in school, and like having that opportunity to open up our eyes and like step into the shoes of other people in other places, specifically Haiti, who we are, not us personally, but our nation has impacted their lives so greatly, and I think learning about that is really important.
There is so much. There's in Haiti different stories, from the outside world, from Haiti there's different stories. There's not one book, one class, not even this one class can really help them get it, but hopefully it's a start.
It's been great to work with folks who are so knowledgeable about Haiti and its people and passionate about supporting Haitians at the local level to give them the opportunity to tell their whole story.
I think of a better way of advocating for Haiti than to help Americans, help other populations know the history of Haiti. So I think it's hugely important for Locally Haiti, and I'm so glad. I'm really thankful that we're involved in it.
Hi, I am happy to announce that we met our match and unlocked the additional $30,000. Very big thank you to everyone who made that happen. It's so appreciated. I would also like to announce the winner of the door prizes. Dr. Ernie Candle will be the winner of the $250 gift card and earbuds. So congratulations, Dr. Ernie. Lastly, a very big thank you to our sponsor, East Simpson Coffee Shop in Lafayette, Colorado, for hosting us. We appreciate it. And now a word from them.
Hi, I'm Leslie Wing Pomeroy, owner of East Simpson Coffee Company here in Old Town Lafayette, Colorado. We are so honored to be hosting this year's Evening for Haiti event at our coffee shop. We know that the work of Locally Haiti is all about community, love, light, all these values that we as East Simpson Coffee Company also hold. And we're so excited that we could be a part of this year's event. We're very excited to announce that we'll be moving our coffee shop from its current location at 414 East Simpson to 201 East Simpson Street. After 6 years of just being of service to the community and enjoying our gathering space, we have this wonderful opportunity to be closer to other businesses, to stay within our community and our neighborhood, but to be a little bit closer to other activities in the Old Town Lafayette area. We hope that you'll follow us, join us, continue to support us, and we can continue to support our neighborhood and the customers that we love so much. And I'm here at our new space. We're under construction. We hope to be open in our new space within the first week of June, and we will stay in business at our current location through May. So thank you so much, Locally Haiti, for asking us to be involved in this year's fundraiser, and we wish all of you the best success, and thank you so much for your support to the community and to Haiti.
Thank you again to East Simpson Coffee. I live here in Lafayette. East Simpson is just a great hub for the community. We're so grateful to be here in this beautiful space. Hope you do get a chance to go check out their new space as well. I also want to make sure to thank Nona Eats and Antonio Ladicio. Some of you, a good number of you, took advantage of the offer for a Haitian meal. I hope you enjoyed it tonight. Thank you, Nona Eats. Thank you, Antonio, so much for contributing your talents. And then I also want to thank Chris Rippey, who is 10 feet in front of me. He is the man that makes this live stream possible, both on the technical side. It takes a lot of technical expertise to put all this together, and then also just with a lot of patience and grace for all the changes that come up, and also making me feel better when I mess up. You will see in a moment a video from our board of directors thanking you for being here tonight. But I want to thank our board first for all that they do. Our board is such an amazing group of professional, devoted, caring, and compassionate people. As you'll see in a moment, Austin is going to introduce the last value of the night, which is integrity. And I can't think of a word that better encapsulates our board of directors. So before the board thanks you, I want to thank the board. After this short video from the board of directors, you will see Haitian musician and activist, he's a good friend of mine, Paul Beaubrun, is going to take us out with the song. So again, here's a short video from the board. Thank you all so much for being here, for all you do. Please know that it means so much to our partners in Petit Trou.
Hi, my name is Austin Snowbarger, and I have served on the board of directors for more than 2 years. I had the privilege of living in Haiti for a couple of years, and one of the things that I appreciate and admire about our work is our openness and our honesty in all of our interactions and communications with everyone, such as our donors and local leaders in rural Haiti. One of our organizational values is integrity, which for us means that we champion a transparent stewardship of resources and relationships.
Intégrité. Nous toujours transparents dans gestion ressources ak relation nous ak tout partenaire nou yo.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We really appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your support.
My name is Jean Kaz. I play the trumpet, I play the flugelhorn, play the conch shell, I write music. I'm doing multiple songs, and each one has their own characteristic and their own story to them. Just trying to bring that to life with the sounds of my trumpet and, spread some love and some positive energy.
Say I bo bo. I bo bo. 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 Maule, kede maule, lami kando. Maule, sibi ganga maule, o parele ba maule, o sibi ganga maule, lami kando. Maule, parele ba maule, o sibi ganga maule, o parele ba maule, lami kando. Maule ba maule, oh si ganga maule no toyo. Maule, 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 si ganga maule, oh maule ba maule, oh si ganga maule no toyo.